This fight is going to be epic. This fight is definitely going to go down as one of the greatest fights of the 21st century. In the next 50 to 60 years, you will look back and remember this moment. Trust me, you're going to tell your children or your grandchildren about this fight. Yes, this is going to be the third fight between Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin. The both of them met at 2017 and at 2018. At 2017, the fight was ruled out as a draw, and at 2018, Canelo won by split decisions. And that fight at 2018, most of boxing fans believe that Gennady Golovkin was robbed. Most people believe that he did enough to win the fight. A lot has happened. GGG is now 40 years old and his career has been declining. He is not as fast and he doesn't have the kind of strength that he has before. And as well as the rise and the surprising falling of the Mexican. Canelo lost his title as the best pound for pound fighter in the world after losing to Bivol. Since 2018, Triple G had 4 fights, 4 wins, and Canelo had 8 fights, 7 wins, and 1 loss. 1 loss to Bivol. He had 44 fights, 42 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw. 37 wins by technical knockout. Canelo had 61 fights, 57 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws. 39 wins by technical knockout. Some boxing fans are writing Triple G off because he's aging, and because of the age difference between Triple G and Canelo. Triple G is currently 40 years old and Canelo is 38, so he's 32 rather, so he's 8 years older than Canelo. And Triple G doesn't have the kind of strength that he has before. He doesn't have enough hair in his tank unlike before. And after every fight since 2018, Triple G is looking older, especially his fight against Murata. Although he showed great durability and he won the fight by knockouts, but for these reasons you might be thinking Canelo is going to win by knockout, but this is going to be this third fight is going to be much more easier for Canelo. Those facts doesn't count because in boxing magic happens in boxing, so never rule out Triple G. Guys, let's go back to history. Don't forget George Foreman came back and avenged his loss to Michael, and he became the oldest heavyweight, the oldest boxer to ever win an heavyweight title. Marquez closed the chapter of the rivalry between him and Pacquiao when he was 39 and Pacquiao was 33 by knocking him out. Right now the pressure is not on Triple G, the pressure is on Canelo because Canelo's titles are on the line. Triple G's fighting style has proven to work perfectly against Canelo. During their 2 previous bouts, Canelo really struggled against Triple G, and even the vast majority of the world believe that Triple G was robbed. Most people believe that Triple G deserved to win those fights. So for those 2 bouts, Canelo couldn't win those 2 bouts decisively. He has a good understanding of range and ring smarts. Triple G's fighting style is fantastic. It is unique. I mean, he's a pressure fighter and he uses his jab more often. He uses his jab more than Bivol. And Triple G's fighting style is kind of related to Bivol's fighting style. The only difference between Bivol and Triple G is his defense. Triple G is not a defensive wizard as Bivol, and so basically Triple G's weak point is his defense. For Canelo, the first bout between Canelo and Triple G, he was consistently moving on his back foot, which led him moving around the ropes, and Triple G took advantage of that. But at the second bout, which happened a year after, Canelo learned from his mistake, so he settled at the mid-range. So he was countering Triple G this time around. It wasn't moving on his back foot. It was just he just settled at the mid range and was there countering Triple G and landing heavy shots on Triple G. One of the reasons why he won that fight. In my opinion, I don't think Canelo was robbed for the second fight. Sorry, I don't think Triple G was robbed for the second fight. Maybe for the first bout it was Triple G was robbed, but for the second bout I don't think he was robbed. And that's one thing I love and I respect about Canelo a lot. He makes a mistakes. He learns from the mistakes. He doesn't. I mean, Canelo doesn't go back to the ring with the same mistakes or with the previous mistakes. So he's that kind of fighter that learns from his previous mistakes and evolve. He evolves pretty fast. And don't expect Canelo to repeat the same mistakes he made against Bivol. Don't expect Canelo to stay on the ropes, because if he does, Bivol is definitely going to punch his intestine and his liver. Triple G's previous fight against Murata, his rib cage were exposed. His defense wasn't good enough in that fight. Generally, Triple G's defense is not good enough. So if Canelo can use that as an advantage, if Canelo can throw more body shots, yes, maybe Canelo might knock Triple G out. I'm not sure, but maybe. Canelo should win this fight decisively, in theory, but this fight is not going to be as easy as most people presumed. Well, all I know is that the both warriors are going to entertain us on the fight night. Okay, but here's my official prediction. Canelo wins by split decisions.